gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. The union on. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. And if ice is in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll right over it. And if ice is in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll the union. You look beautiful singing. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll.
Hey! Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day it is to be out in the streets fighting for workers' power! Am I right? Am I right? Even if it wasn't beautiful weather today, we'd still be out here because that is our duty. Am I right? Am I right? All right, I'm in the place to be. I just got to check. A little mic check. So, I know, I'm gonna dial it back, all right? I appreciate an enthusiastic, active crowd. So, peace, everybody. My name is JD. I am an educator. Is this better? All right. Yes, all right. So, peace, everybody. I'm JD. I am an educator in Boston Public Schools, and I am a proud Boston Teachers Union member. BTU. Yes, right on. But hey, we celebrate and we appreciate all the unions out here. So if you are in a union or you plan on getting active in your union, make some noise. That's right. So before we get into more remarks, just have a few logistical points. Number one, to my right. All right, we have the first aid tent. All right, it is green with these shades on. I would say it's lime green, okay? But you should be able to find it over there. Shout out to our first aid crew, all right? Because we keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, to my left, we have for media, all right, in the house, because not only do we have to fight for worker power, we have to document the work that we do. Am I right? All right, so we have Rita over here to my left, who will be around, available for interviews, available to support with all media inquiries, okay? Cool. Now, as a history teacher, right, and for all of us who are grounded in a rich history of struggle, of fighting for power, that is the labor movement, right? It is important to ground us in what May Day, aka International Workers' Day, is all about. You know, every May Day, we draw courage and wisdom from all the workers who have come before us. Right? Come on, don't be shy, make some noise. All right. Those workers who dare to improve their working and living conditions. And not only for themselves, but for their fellow workers. Those workers who dare to fight back against exploitation at the hands of bosses across industries. We draw wisdom and courage from the workers who have come before us because they taught us how to fight. How to come together despite our differences, because our common destiny is greater. How to build solidarity, because an injury to one is an injury to all. And on the flip side of that, a victory for one of us is a victory for all of us. That's right. Now, this is the legacy of International Workers' Day. And right now, we are scanning the crowd, thousands, among millions of workers around the world in the streets, standing up to the injustices we face under this system that is dominated by millionaires and billionaires. I knew I was in the right crowd with that response. And May Day is a legacy that not only should we be proud of, but we have a responsibility to carry forward. And on this May Day, we all know the Trump administration is attacking all working people and our unions. And we find ourselves having to defend the gains that we won generations ago. They have stripped away union rights for nearly 1 million federal workers. Shame. They are waging an all-out assault on our immigrant families and neighbors. They are gutting public education. They are gutting affirmative action and DEI. And they are waging a war on teaching the truth about race and racism, social and economic inequality in our society. And the list goes on. Meanwhile, Trump is slated to extend massive tax cuts for the rich, while the majority of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Now, this is all a part of the Trump administration's billionaire right-wing agenda. It is an agenda that is designed to loot public coffers for the benefit of the rich and to destroy every social program that was won through the labor movement and the civil rights movement. That is us. And they think they can get away with their violent assaults by sowing division among our class, by scaring us into silence. But will we allow them to get away with that? No! I asked, will we allow them to get away with that? No! Hell no! Hell no! Now, the best way for us to fight Trump's agenda is by taking the streets loud and proud. Marching, rallying, going on strike, building with our families, our neighbors, our friends, and our fellow workers. What we are doing now. On this May Day, we draw inspirations from the struggles of the past to fight for a future that belongs to us. From the fight for an 8-hour workday, to anti-discrimination protections, to safety regulations, to the civil rights movement that perhaps should be more aptly called the Civil Rights Revolution, working people organized into a fighting movement is the decisive factor that turns the impossible into the inevitable. Let this May Day remind us the power we have as working people, whether you are black or women, or queer, or trans, or disabled, right? Or Palestinian, or Congolese, or Haitian, and all over. Let this May Day remind us of the power we have as working people and the urgent need to use that power to fight back against this billionaire class that is trampling on our rights. And I will end with this, and you can get to the people who you really came here to listen to. Workers make the world run. You probably guess what I'm about to say next, huh? So workers should run the world. Am I right? And in order to make that happen, we have to fight. And we know, because history proves it, that when we fight, let's make some noise for all of us. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You got some soul in here. And with that, let's keep it moving with the program, okay? So, we're going to make sure that we're out here, we're taking care of each other, we're looking out for each other, because we keep each other safe. And with that, I'm going to introduce, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, Massachusetts. Show some love for Jessica Tang!
Happy International Working Day, everyone! So my name is Jessica Tang, and first and foremost, I'm a mom, but I'm also a teacher in Boston Public Schools, also a proud member of the Boston Teachers Union, and proudly serving today as the president of the American Federation of Teachers, 12,000 members strong, public sector workers, higher ed workers, librarians, nurses, and people who are keeping our schools and communities going every single day. So, as a unionist, but also as the daughter of immigrants who came to the United States seeking an opportunity for a better life, I am so thrilled to be here to kick off this Boston May Day Strong event. So, we are part of a National Day of Action of over 1,000 events in over 800 cities and towns in all 50 states, with several hundred more actions planned for this weekend. And in Massachusetts, we kicked off the day with walk-ins at dozens of schools this morning in partnership with the Massachusetts Teachers Association. And this evening, we have multiple events happening right now from Worcester to Lynn, from Springfield to Chelsea, and there's even more planned this weekend, like in New Bedford on Sunday. So, I taught middle school social studies. I'm going to ask you to bear with me a little bit as I go into teacher mode. Beginning with, what is May Day? So May Day is also known as International Workers' Day, and the first May Day was celebrated on May 1st, 1890, in the wake of a worker movement to fight for an 8-hour workday. And on May 1st in 1886, 340,000 workers took part in a national action in peaceful protests like this. But in subsequent worker actions, unionists faced police brutality, and over a dozen people were killed or injured in the McCormick and Haymarket protests in Chicago. So, today, we remember all of the workers and unionists who have fought for all of us to have a better life. And that fight continues on. Today, we also celebrate the role of immigrants in our nation. The fight for workers and immigrants has always been intertwined. We need not look farther than the Lawrence Bread and Roses strike in 1912, which was a woman and immigrant-led movement. And originally, Many did not actually think these young women, who are mostly teenage women, by the way, between the ages of 14 and 18, would be able to organize together because they were immigrant women who spoke different languages and immigrated from different countries. But they proved them wrong, and they were successful and won their demands while ensuring families impacted by the strike continued to be housed and fed. So it is no surprise, though, that the initial May Day actions and Bread and Roses strikes happened when they did and where they did. It was during and following the Gilded Age when industry leaders, aka corporate bosses, called robber barons, created monopolies to control profits and prices, exploited workers with low pay, suppressed unions, and used their wealth to abuse power and influence the government. Sound familiar? That's what's happening today. So we are here to fight back and say we, the workers, should have the power, not the billionaires. And we need to grow our movement, just as the original May Day founders in Chicago did, to fight back against the billionaire abuse of power, to fund people's needs and services like public education, Social Security, and Medicaid, stop immoral wars, including in Gaza and Ukraine, stop assaulting our immigrants with illegal detentions and deportations, free our immigrants like Rumeysa, Mahmoud, and Kilmar, protect free speech and academic independence, stop the abuse of power and the authoritarian takeover, and of course, protect labor rights to unionize, organize, and go on strike. We cannot just agonize. We must continue to organize this May Day and every single day. Because we, the people, when we come together, we have the power. So, when I say, who's got the power, you say, we have the power. What kind of power? We have power. Who's got the power? We have power. What kind of power? Power. Who's got the power? We have the power. What kind of power? Power. Thank you all for being here today.
Money for jobs and education. Not for war and deportation. Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Not for war and deportation.
Oh, that's right. Make some noise. All right. Up next, coming to the stage is Alan McAvini, the organizing chair with the Alphabet Workers Union. Make some noise.
Hello, everyone. I want to start us off with a chant, brand new for today. So I'm going to say, there is only one solution. And I want you to call back, take the power, build our unions. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Take the power, build our unions. I'm Alan, and I'm proud to be an elected leader of the Alphabet Workers Union. This is also my first time speaking to a crowd. Alphabet Workers Union is a union at Google. We're organizing thousands of our tech worker comrades and fellow workers to take power in the tech sector. I want to start a little bit with my story. I started organizing in 2019 when 4 of my coworkers stood up and spoke to their fellow coworkers that they had some concerns. This was pretty common at the time. They said they were concerned about Google working with Customs and Border Patrol while families were getting split up at the border. And they were concerned that Google had just hired a union busting firm. This was relatively common, but what wasn't common was after doing what they were told to bring up concerns and talk about them internally, not bring them to the press, all 4 of them were fired in clear retaliation. In that moment, I felt lost, I felt scared, I felt angry, and I felt a little hopeless. But a coworker came to me, and they sat me down, and they had a long conversation with me. And at the end of the conversation, they had 2 questions for me. 1, did I want a union here and now today? And 2, did I have the time and energy to build it? And I said, hell yes. That's actually not quite true. I said, I have a couple hundred hours a year I can put towards this. And they asked me where the hell I had been. At that day, 20 of us across the river came together in Kendall Square in my office and decided we were going to start building our union. 1 year later, we went public with hundreds of members, 200 members, then quickly 800 members. Today, I am proud to say that we have more than 1,000 members across North America. What brings us together and what we're seeing is we're seeing a pattern. Google used to have a motto of don't be evil. Today, we see our executives competing with other tech billionaires to see who can be the most evil. Whether that's laying people off while they're on maternity leave, like happened last week, again, or building AI for warfare and military applications. I could go on for a really long time about the evil plans of billionaires, but today is not about them. Today is about us. Today is about us, the workers, coming together, knowing that we build these companies. Our work, our labor builds this economy. And we know we deserve a say in how it happens and what is done with it. Sorry. So that's what makes me proud to tell you about Googlers for Job Security. Over the past couple of months, thousands of Googlers have come together and built a campaign that's sustained and escalating, and the biggest campaign the tech sector has ever seen in this country, demanding a number of things, but among them is that before any more layoffs, we want voluntary exit packages. Pretty simple demand. And 1 month after our campaign went public, Google, for the first time ever, offered voluntary exit packages. No other major company is offering voluntary exit packages. We know this is our win. This is what it looks like when workers stand up and fight. We can win. This is the start of tech workers learning a lesson that labor has known for generations. And that lesson is when we fight, when we fight, when we fight. And I'm here to tell you, tech workers are just getting started.
Let's keep it going for all of our tech workers! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Listen, y'all, labor rights are here to stay. Labor rights are here to stay. Coming. Oh, sorry. I thought I was like, is there? Okay. Coming to this stage next is Doris Lamothe from TPS National Alliance. So let's show some love for Doris.
Migrate is a human right. No one can deny. This is the word the Pope Francis made to the children of TPS holders when they visit him in 2018. My name is Doris Lamothe, and I'm coordinator of the Mass TPS Committee in the National TPS Alliance, and I immigrants from El Salvador, and I am a union member. I am from El Salvador. I have TPS since 2001. I know you thinking what is mean TPS.
Louder!
TPS is temporary status. Who have TPS is people are living in the countries, are suffer for political issue, are devastated, and living in civil war. I think I will talk about with my heart. In 2017, this administration terminated TPS, but TPS holder got organizing and fighting for keep the TPS families safe. We fighting in the court, we fighting in the street, and we fighting in the Senate and in the Congress. And we say the TPS from El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Nepal, and South Sudan. And we was prepared this time when he terminated TPS for Venezuela and Haiti, the National TPS Alliance and the Comité TPS, we was ready to start fight in the court. The National TPS Alliance assumed this government because we believe we had to protect 1 million of TPS holders are in risk of deportation in this moment. Because if we don't save them, how we will save the next countries are living certainly thinking about they will deportation, like Afghanistan, Cameroon, Honduras, Nicaragua. When we hearing this administration say they will terminate those TPSs, we believe this is racist because they don't even investigate how is our countries if they are ready to receive us, because our countries not are ready. And we believe if we not protect TPS for Venezuela and Haiti, is 1 million people, how we will protect the other countries. And we are ready to fight back to save those families. And today, I just want to remind to American people, in the COVID-19 pandemic, immigrants, we was working. When American families wasn't at home take care of their families, we working and put our life in risk and our families in risk. We not have to forget that. We need you in this time to keep our families together. In that time, 1,300 TPS holders was working. We not stop. And now it's time for the union leaders. It's time for America for workers. Stand up with immigrant community, just not for TPS, for every immigrant in this country are in risk of deportation. And it's time to the Congress, the Senate, to take actions now. What are they waiting? This is not about politicians. This is about human beings. This is about families. This is about Social Security. This is about health care. This is about workers. And we have to fight together. And just I want to remind, one injury for one is for all of us. And we are ready to fight back. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! I can hear you. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! Thank you.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? So we know from what Doris has shared with us that the labor struggle, the labor fight is the immigrant struggle, is the immigrant fight. So we need not mince words about that. And coming up next, get my papers together, all right? We have Dr. Noma Adaku, who is a member of the Committee of Interns and Residents. All right, so let's show some love for Dr. Adaku.
Good afternoon. All right, so I'm a baby union member. This is my first time in the union, so help me guys out with this chant. Help me out. When I say SC, you say IU. SC? 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 Thank you. That was very exciting. All right. All right, so I'm Dr. Noma Adaku. I'm a resident physician at Mass General Brigham. And I'm here today representing the over 40,000 physician residents and fellows nationwide who are unionized with CIR SCIU and are rising up this May Day alongside our fellow workers across the country to fight for a better future for all of us. Following in the footsteps of workers throughout history, we are stepping up today with all of you to say, enough is enough! Enough is enough! It's time to put a stop to the billionaires' attempts to divide us, spew hate, and attack us. Do they care about what our communities need? No. Not a damn bit. They're not working on hospital floors, treating you or your loved ones, providing life-saving preventative care, or explaining why your loved one is sick. Instead, they're defunding our schools, attacking unions, and slashing public services to hoard more wealth for their next yacht, their next Mar-a-Lago, and their next rocket ship that'll rain its toxic fumes all over us. Enough is enough! As a resident physician, every day in my hospital, I see the ways this system puts profit ahead of people. I watch my patients, disproportionately patients of color, spend days in the emergency room hallway waiting for an inpatient bed at the mercy of financial incentives sent by billionaire and corporate CEO board members. Board members like Trump ally Bob Kraft, shame, and board members like Lockheed Martin CEO James Cyclett, shame, whose U.S. taxpayer-funded jets and missiles are used to annihilate my healthcare colleagues in Gaza and their patients. Shame! I think of my patients with sickle cell disease, waiting in agony for an overdue dose of pain medication from overworked nurses who are expected to perform 2 jobs and 1. Shame. But I also see how healthcare workers can change the shape of our labor conditions and our ability to provide care when we come together and fight the boss collectively. At this moment, workers around the world are doing exactly that. From the striking workers of LA County to the dock workers of Morocco blocking weapon shipments to Israel. It's time to ensure that our communities have the resources, support, protection, and love needed to thrive. Today and always, we demand equal access to quality health care, fair wages and safe working conditions, housing for all, and an end to attacks on immigrants, trans folks, women, and working people, as well as on our rights and our right to dissent. We know that an injury to one is an injury to all, and we will not stand by or stand down. Just how we haven't backed down at the negotiating table against one of Boston's highest paid hospital executives, Dr. Ann Klebanski. While Dr. Klebanski rakes in $6 million a year, every year, some of her resident employees are forced to sell their plasma to pay Boston rents. And patients aren't receiving the quality care they deserve because physicians are having to run quickly from patient to patient. And while Mass General Brigham, the state's largest employer, rakes in $2 billion in profit, they lay off hundreds of workers into a collapsing economy. Shame! This system isn't working for you and me, but we won't back down. History has shown us that the power of the people will prevail. In Boston, we will prevail! Repeat after me. Patient health over CEO wealth. 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 Thank you all.
Let's keep that one going! Let's keep that one going! Patient health over CEO wealth! Patient health over CEO wealth! What? Patient health over CEO wealth! What? Patient health over CEO wealth! What? Patient health over CEO wealth! That's right! That's right! Let's keep it going, y'all. We got some heavy hitters on this stage because we work day in and day out. This is not a game for us. This is our lives. And what area of our lives is more prominent for us to realize that than our health? Up next, we have Amari Butler, an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Let's make some noise for Amari. Keep it going.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power
because since Trump's return back to office, he has made it his mission to attack the labor movement and workers left and right. Just over a month ago, he signed an executive order stripping the collective bargaining rights from nearly 1 million federal workers. Not only that, but he's conducted mass firings of these public sector workers in an effort to completely gut the public programs that so many working people depend on to survive. Trump and his billionaire friends are attacking labor and social services because they want to undo all of the gains won by the labor movement in the last century. They want to make us work even harder, under even worse conditions, for even less pay, all so they can steal more and more of the profits from the labor we do. Shame! The billionaire agenda is an all-out assault on the civil rights of all working class people in this country. Let's be honest, Trump's ban on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in schools and workplaces is really his waging of a war on Black America. Now Black workers are blamed for inefficiency in their workplaces, and they risk losing their jobs from being branded as DEI hires. The Trump administration is playing one of the oldest games in the book, divide and conquer. They want to weaken our movements by pitting us against each other, but are we going to let them get away with it? Are we going to sit back while they put all of our rights on the chopping block? Of course we won't, because when labor rights are under attack, what do we do? When labor rights are under attack, what do we do? When civil rights are under attack, what do we do? And one thing about our people is we know how to fight back. The Republicans and the Democrats try to convince us that we fight back by voting for one of them every 4 years. Right. They even try to convince us that we actually don't have to fight back at all, because a great politician will come down and save the day for all of us. But we know our history. We come from a rich history and legacy of millions of people who stood up together in the streets, in their workplaces, in their schools, and they fought back. And I can feel that spirit of fight back right now, being with all of you who came out today. When I look at this crowd, I see the power of collective action and organization. This demonstration today is the power of dozens of organizations and thousands of people coming together, uniting in struggle. And that's exactly what it's going to take to win. Organization and unity. And y'all, we have a whole world to win. We, the working class, we do all of the labor in this country, while the bankers and CEOs sit back and collect the profits. We don't need them. Workers make the world run, so workers should run the world. So join me in the streets, in your union, in your student organization, and let's fight for the world that we deserve. Because when we fight, when we fight, when we fight, thank you all so much.
of Community and Labor, aka Be Vocal. And we have a special request. That request is that they are not singing for us, but they are singing with us.
I won't. I would never do that.
All right.
The what? Oh, well, good. If you have to.
Let's have you sing this traditional union song with us as folks are from Be Vocal are getting up on the bandstand. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll, we're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll, we're gonna roll the union on. You got it, let's hear it. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll, we're gonna roll, we're gonna roll the union on. If union busting's in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll, you got it. If union busting's in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. And if ice is in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll right over it. And if ice is in the way, we're gonna roll right over it. We're gonna roll the union. You look beautiful singing. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union. Roll the union on. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll it for the dignity of workers across the land. Of workers across the land. Of workers across the land. We're gonna roll it for the dignity of workers across the land. We're gonna roll the union. Sing it! We're gonna roll. 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 We're gonna the union. Roll the union on. Roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on. We're gonna roll it for the rights that every immigrant deserves. That every immigrant deserves. Every immigrant deserves. We're gonna roll it for the rights that every immigrant deserves. We're gonna roll the union on. Last time. We're gonna roll. 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 We're gonna union. Roll the union on. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the union on.
Huge shout out to Be Vocal. Show them some love. All right, so let's keep it going, y'all. Up next, we have Dave Foley, president of the SEIU Local 509. Let's show Dave some love.
Brothers, sisters, siblings, happy International Workers' Day. My name is Dave Foley. I'm the president of SEIU Local 509 and the SEIU State Council here in Massachusetts. This day carries the legacy of every laborer who put their job, their body, or their life on the line so that we could have the rights we've got today. This day belongs to them. To every worker who fought, bled, and died so we could have a weekend, a minimum wage, protection on the jobs, a union. And it belongs to us. We honor this day not just with rallies and speeches, but with action and defiance. Now more than ever, it's important to recommit that the labor movement will never back down in the face of injustice. And we're watching injustice happening to us in real time. Trump's handing out tax breaks to billionaires while cutting funding for our schools, our health care. He's gutting essential services and agencies. He's doubling down on the criminalization of immigrant communities in ways that make it clear that the cruelty is the point. Our own union sister, Rumeysa Ozturk, a Tufts graduate and a member of SEIU Local 509, was abducted in Somerville by masked agents of the state, rushed out of Massachusetts, and is still in detention. And her crime? Her crime was calling on her boss to respond to student divestment demands. An op-ed, an expression of her right to speak out as a member of her community, as a worker, as a human being advocating for a better world. The labor movement needs to work our fingers to the bone to make sure that no one's freedom can be taken away for speaking out. This needs to be our priority, because if the Trump administration can do this to Rumeysa for petitioning her boss, they'll do it to anyone who dares to do the same. This is a direct attack on workers, on all immigrants, and on our fundamental right to express political opinion. It's an attack on Palestine. SEIU is fighting this administration on all fronts. We're also working tirelessly to stop cuts to federal programs like Medicaid. Any reduction in care will directly fund tax breaks for billionaires who already have more than enough. We can't let them take away our health care to further line the pockets of the rich. And here in Massachusetts, we're fighting a similar battle to preserve mental health services and stop the closure of 2 hospitals. Over the last few months, our Cares Not Cuts campaign has mobilized hundreds of members and allies, and together we've made it clear that any budget that cuts mental health services and closes facilities is a budget that says some lives matter more than others. And we will not let some of the most underserved communities in our state be abandoned. And here's the thing, we don't have to. We can fix this. Right now, right here in Massachusetts, we have the opportunity to make the right choice and push back against austerity. Now is the time to be bold. Now is the moment to stand up against Trump's cuts by investing in our communities, not leaving them behind. It's our chance to lead and to build a better future where everyone is cared for. That's the real way to oppose what Trump stands for. Tax billionaire corporations, fund care. From fighting for Rumeysa's freedom to protecting services here in our state, our fights are rooted in community care and the belief that we have the responsibility to protect one another. Only by standing together, by demanding our rights, by organizing every workplace in every community, can we build a future where no one's freedom is stolen and where no one is left behind. Collective action is the way forward, and we'll fight until our union sister is released from detention. We'll fight to preserve vital services here in Massachusetts, and we'll fight for a future where care is prioritized over corporate greed. Thank you. Happy May Day and solidarity forever.
Yes, so before we go to our next speaker, right, who will speak more about why we need to free Rumeysa, free Mahmoud, free Palestine, free all political prisoners. Yeah, absolutely. But before we get to that, we just want to announce that we will be marching shortly, so hang tight, okay? Because we're hitting the streets. And with that, let's show some love to Fada from the Palestinian Youth Movement.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Hello everyone, I am Farah with the Palestinian Youth Movement. I stand before you today hoping I can connect our struggles, as they are intertwined in ways that demand our collective and immediate action. As we gather on this day, which honors the labor movement and the fight for workers' rights, I remind you that the struggle for liberation is not confined to one nation or one people. It is a global fight against oppression, exploitation, and injustice. Just as workers have fought for their rights against the forces of capitalism, Palestinians are fighting against imperialist and capitalist forces that seek to erase our existence, deny our human rights, steal our land, all while generating billions of dollars in profits for weapons manufacturers and surveillance technologies. Shame. Growing up in the United States, I learned about the American dream, the idea that hard work leads to success and freedom. But what happened to that dream when it's built on the backs of others? What happens when the very system that promises prosperity is rooted in colonialism and exploitation? What happens when such a dream is possible for only a select few? The Palestinian struggle is a testament to this reality. For over 7 decades, Palestinians have faced occupation, displacement, systemic violence, and outright genocide as the world looks on, often complicit in silence. Shame. May Day is a reminder that the fight for workers' rights is a fight for dignity and for justice. It is a day to honor those who stood up against oppressive systems, demanding fair wages, safe working conditions, and the right to organize. But let us not forget that the same systems that exploit workers here in the United States are the same ones that benefit from the occupation of Palestine and profit off of genocide. Shame. The military-industrial complex generates billions of dollars in profits from war on our ruling class, while workers are left to bear the burden of economic inequalities. Shame. What Israel is selling to the world is not just a narrative of security. It is a system of oppression, a system of surveillance, exploitation, state control at the expense of individual freedoms. Shame. It is a model that prioritizes control over compassion, surveillance over safety, and division over unity. This system is a blueprint that has and will continue to make its way to this country if we do not unite against it. The tactic of surveillance, policing, and militarization that are used on oppressed Palestinians are being mirrored in communities across the United States, particularly in marginalized neighborhoods. Shame. We must also confront the alarming rise in authoritarianism and fascism in this country that has taken root in our political landscape, especially now with the growing attacks on our constitutional rights, including our freedom of speech, as was the case with Rumaisa and Mahmoud. This is not just a momentary blip. This is a symptom of a deeper disease that has festered for years. A rhetoric of hate, division, and scapegoating has become normalized. Shame. And we must recognize that this is not just a problem of one party. The Democrats too represent the other side of the same coin, upholding systems of oppressions while offering only token gestures of change. New reports expose how the Biden administration made no attempts to ask Israel to stop the killing of innocent civilians in Gaza, despite the majority of Americans demanding an end to the genocide. Shame. And despite the repeated claims that they were working tirelessly for a ceasefire. Republicans and Democrats have both failed to address the root causes of inequality and injustice, and it is up to us to demand a vision for our future.
As we stand in solidarity with workers around the world, we must stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine, Yemen, Lebanon, Congo, and Sudan. Our struggles are interconnected because humanity is interconnected. When you fight for workers' rights, you are also fighting against the unfettered powers and influences of oligarchs and technocrats that seek to divide us. You are standing against the same system of oppression that exploits marginalized communities, whether they are in Palestine, in the United States, or anywhere else in the world. I urge you to learn more about the Palestinian struggle, and I ask you to take action. Use your voice, use your platform, and use your privilege to amplify the struggle of Palestinians and any oppressed people here in the United States or around the world. Demand an end to the occupation and our complicity in it. Demand a complete arms embargo to force an end to the genocide in Palestine. And finally, I must ask that you firmly reject the applications of Israeli systems of oppression here in the United States, be it through surveillance, police violence, media censorship, or otherwise. Our values as Americans support peace, justice, and equality for all, not just a select and certain few, and certainly not for the rich at the expense of the working class. Together, we can create a world where justice prevails, where workers are respected, and where all people, including Palestinians, can live in peace with justice and dignity. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for your commitment to justice. Together we will rise, and as always, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Thank you.
Yes, indeed!
Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? Union power. What's outrageous? Minimum wages. 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 What's disgusting? Union busting. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's outrageous? Minimum wages. What's outrageous? Minimum wages. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's outrageous? Minimum wages. What's outrageous? Minimum wages.
Union busting. Union busting.
One fight! Workers of the world unite! One struggle! One fight! Workers of the world unite! One struggle! One fight!
a short for that.
I have to watch summaries or whatever.
Competing for who has the most.
Exactly, yeah. It's just keeping up with the Jones Saturday.
Hey, I was just thinking about you the other day. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good, very good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good to see you too.
All right, take care.
Okay, hey, keep in touch. You get anything else? I'll check on you.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
People started to leave, I think, already, so.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
June McKnight said to say hi. She texted me from the Concord one
Oh, nice.
and said there's about 100 people in Concord. How's it doing in Boston? I was like, there's a
All right, where's the
Here. I think they're going to the right. I don't know where. Down Beacon Street.
Not very far, right?
Oh.